I'm back. I know this is like my second time I'm back. It's crazy. A lot of interruptions. All right. So we are on, there is a big hole in my heart that I cannot fill on my own. So I want you to know, if this particular one, I know I spoke about the tower coming out, the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Hierophant in reverse, the World, Justice card. I wanted to complete this video. So I was flipping the cards, and then Queen of Cups came out. So it is what it is. She already came out. I'm not putting her back in. This is who came out. So I want you to know that the Tower, which is a shakeup, some type of upheaval, an awakening, a change when it comes to being left out on the cold and in your stability, right? And self-doubt. I honestly do not feel this is you. I actually feel like, let me tell you, intuitively, I was still jacking it up. I feel like these are people who celebrated you being left out in the cold, right? And things are being shaken up. Things are changing. And now they're in regret because they thought they were leaving you out in the cold. And now they're realizing, no, you left them out in the cold. That's the change. That's the shakeup. That is the upheaval. And then this was on their own self-doubt. They doubted, right? But this is not you self-doubting. This is them doubting you. And now they can't celebrate with you. Yeah. There's some big change that has happened. Right? And now they're being left out in the cold from your celebrations due to them doubting you. And this has been integrated. Yeah. And justice comes out for this Queen of Cups. I want to get through this. I'm excited. Okay. This is due to the courage you have. Yes, for this change, for this transformation that you have made. And you walked away. You walked away from self-doubt. You walked away from people wanting to be validated. Let me say that. The validation of others. You realize that these people who you needed self-validation from was people who lacked actually their own goals, right? They didn't have, they were in a lack mindset. And so the change was not with them, but with you. And now they can't even celebrate with you. Yep, and they got a big hole. Right where their heart is. They realize how valuable you are now, Queen of Cups. You don't even have to be a Queen of Cups, which is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You can just be a compassionate, caring, kind person, right? So forget this. I'm taking my inner strength. You realize you were giving it to the wrong people, the people who were trying to leave you out in the cold. Right? So now they're feeling left out in the cold while you celebrate. They're feeling like they can't do this on their own. You went into karma waters. Yep. The Wheel of Fortune came. Fate change. You went into karma waters. You transition. This is clarity. The truth. Speak about it. About your new beginning. After this transformation, you stepped right in. You took a leap of faith into a new beginning. A brand new opportunity. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles comes out. Yeah. Yeah. To go into your Queen of Pentacles energy. to be nurturing and stable, right? For your stability. They tried to cause illusion so you could be defensive. But you found personal strength. This is when it came to a King of Wands. Or it can be just you being detail-oriented, highly effective, strong, capable, strong morals, integrity. You're in your King of Wands energy, right? Being persistent, resilient. You took your persistence, your wounded warrior energy. The 9 of Wands comes out. Sorry. You know, I always be talking through it and then I look back and it's something totally different. So take the messages as I go along and then I'll clarify them, okay? For your success, King of Pentacles come out. You did some introspection. Yeah, you did some introspection. So much cards. So you could take an inspired action due to some type of heartbreak and decisions, and you decided to go and plan, make a new move. I'm not taking that. Yeah. You decided to take some inspired action due to some type of heartbreak. Okay, so this honestly can be a King of Wands. This King of Wands was being very resilient when it came to this King of Pentacles, right? Or the success. When you did some introspection and you realized that this King of Wands was trying to do some type of inspired action to break your heart, you realize, well, you already had an advantage of the situation, okay? You defended yourself against this King of Wands. 7 of Wands comes out, King of Wands, and then the 9 of Wands. Yeah. But you could see his energy. You could already see that he was wounded and that he was doing this for success and that he was not a person that was connected to the divine, right? As they presented themselves, right? They presented themselves to be a leader, a visionary, someone that was very detail-oriented, and he was a person that was detail-oriented, very strong-willed, right? However, they weren't standing in their truth, right? They wanted to actually, took some inspired action to break your heart. They wanted to take some inspired action to break your heart. But they were disconnected. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. This was illuminated. So this is being illuminated that this person thought they had the best of you, right? Right? So they were like, oh, this person, they seem to be introverted. You know, they're not really paying attention. They thought you didn't understand where you were coming from. They thought they understood who you were. But then when you defended yourself, right, because they were persistent, they wanted to be successful. They wanted to use your reflection, your introspection to take inspired action to break your heart. Basically just gain information from you. I'm sorry. The Knight of Wands, and then I have a 3 of Swords. So some type of change of location, right? So they wanted to gain some additional information or inspired action, departure, passion, impulsiveness. This was a quick way for them to try to eliminate like the competition. Like, let me do something real quick to see how she takes it in. And then because she's in this energy of wanting to do more, right? They decided they wanted to basically be the success. Let me say that. right? They were persistent. They wanted to be in success, but they seen success in you. They seen how poised you were. They could feel it, right? So they took inspired actions to break your heart. But then you disconnected. When this was illuminated, right? Some type of work they tried to do on you, right? Some repetitive task. Some type of work, because honestly, the Knight of Pentacles almost wanted to come out. Some type of work. Something repetitive they try to do. Yeah. Got the Six of Cups. Something they learned from their past. Yeah, some type of give and take, receiving. Something that they learned about. Balancing out. Okay, basically, they probably was an energy that tried to love bomb you, right? Love bomb you repeatedly, like overflow, like super too much time on your hands. Like you so focused on, and if you're not doing this, it's just me, and it's like multiple people too. I mean, come on, right? It's like a repetitive thing. This is how they move. This is what they do, right? And then they wanted to make it seem like it's like taking back. When I got the Six of Cups, it's like taking back. Like, take back the energy, right? By taking back this energy, they know that you would feel depleted or feel like off about it, right? Because they're love bombing you. They're pouring into you hard in order to take it away, right? This is something that they learned in the past of the equal give and take, right? And then it was to make you feel confused if you were to kind of like brush that person off, right? Because they're making it seem like, well, I don't understand. I'm exactly who you thought I am. I've been love bombing you this whole time. So I don't know what the problem is. If I've been love bombing you, I'm pouring more than enough into your cup. Yeah, this is that type of person, right? But this is how they want to do this energetically. They did this energetically to make it seem like you're being unfair. That they poured into you and you didn't pour back, and you didn't want to connect with them. All right? But what you did is you disconnected. You healed this. You did. You healed it. You healed it. You realized that there was the moderation was needed. The Star card coming out. Which made them feel insecure. This made them feel very insecure. Hard. Difficulty with alchemizing that situation. Because you actually showed, like you took the mask off and showed them their reality. Who they were. They didn't expect that. Because they were expecting to keep the mask on. They saw how independent you are. You're in a Nine of Pentacles energy. They figure you were having a difficult time with balancing this Nine of Pentacles. So By doing all of this, they felt like you would look at it as if if they were trying to balance out your energy, but in reality, they were not. Yeah. Yeah. And so they did this because they wanted to see what kind of seeds would harvest from that. Like, what could they harvest from you? Right? By having an emotional cord, some type of an attachment. When it comes to this Empress. Then I have the King of Cups in reversed. The King of Cups in reverse is somebody who's in balance, right? They're kind of repressed. They've repressed their emotions. So this person had repressed their emotions. So they weren't working with their emotions. They were kind of working with logic, money, success. I see a lot of coins. So this is what they were thinking. Their mask was based on the coins, the success, the money. This was not a real interest, right? They made a decision, choice towards a speedy ending. This was a decisive action. Sorry. It's a decisive action for conflict, to cause conflict, to cause loss. Yeah, for the High Priestess. But all it did is create endings, and now you can watch. This has already been clear. So this is clearing the confusion, the fear. Being the escapist when it comes to charming energy. So you identify someone who was kind of using this escapist energy, right? To like love bomb you and then take the energy, swipe it off, swipe it quickly so that you're kind of in a daze, kind of confused on what's happening, right? But you actually saw this. You used your intuition. You've seen everything, every step of the way. And you actually, this was already illuminated to you. So you were kind of clearing out the situation, right? Due to them doing this escapist act, right? Not really giving you an offer, but acting like it's an offer. And then act like you're connected, but you're not really connected type of thing. Yeah. So you retreated. You remained emotionally open. You were still vulnerable. You didn't close yourself off because you got away. You ended things quickly. Yeah, because you ended things quickly. Look at that. Driving me crazy. Yeah. You got a new perspective. Temperance came in with the Chariot. Balancing out everything, right? I'm sorry. I know I said moderation, but that was the star card before. Sorry about that. But that's how it looked. Anyway. So you got a new perspective, right? To harmonize the situation, you use your willpower. Right? King of Cups, King of Swords comes out in reverse. Type of rigidness. You had to release, right? You had to release this person this false person who was acting like they were in authority. You had to release their whole friendship. Forget a partnership. You released the whole friendship. All right, so you didn't even remain friends. You were in opposition. You realized they were opposite of what a partner is. Two of Cups comes out. And this was a wish fulfillment. Yeah. Now all they can do is watch you. Try to get a little spark of what information they can get from you and spy. I guess this is on social media. But it's very deceptive. They really want to try to get your 10 of Pentacles when it comes to this. They want to see, yeah. They want to put burdens on you badly. This Emperor. Sure do. Sure do. Wands is funny because it's an Aries, right? Still Wands. Emperor. Energy. Yeah. Due to your confidence, they can't take it. They cannot take it. They're in regret, though. Yeah. Due to the hard work. The Nine of Pentacles came out. How you embody this happiness. How you embody this. Yeah. And now you want a new project based on your inheritance. Rebirth. Got an Ace of Cups. Overflowing cup. A new love. Yeah. Making new moves. Holding back. Yeah. Got the Four of Pentacles. Holding back from anybody who can give you any heartache, stabbing in the back, downfall, you know, toxic energy, in exile. Learning how to, you're learning more about your gifts, your seeds that you've planted, or you're trying to cultivate the seed that you planted. Yeah, because your confidence is high. You got high confidence when it comes to a Queen of Wands, and you're expanding, establishing strength. Yeah, you're truthful. You're coming in very independent, very strong, speaking the truth about this competition, these conflicts, and these toxic attachments. Soul alignment. It's definitely a manifestation. I got this gnat in here driving me crazy. You know, it's summertime. I ain't gonna even be. But it keeps coming around this area. It's one stinking gnat. I just seen it. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to even... That's not aggravating me, so I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to kill it as soon as I get off this call, though. Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah. This gnat, the gnat that we was just talking about, extinguished, right? Because your manifestations are aligned. You have an aligned manifestation. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Sorry it took so long for me to even get this. I have like 3 or 4 breaks because you're probably going to hear, I'm going to try to erase it. Probably going to hear my daughter saying, hey, got to get the kids and stuff like that. But hopefully not. If I get to erase it, then I'll erase this bottom end too. Peace and love, though. Happy Friday.